actually really nervous, which is interesting because put me in front of a camera or a TV, I'll be fine, but for some reason I'm nervous, but that's me, I'm just going to be me. So let me just get a look around at everybody from this angle. These are all beautiful. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being here. Gary, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very honored to be back home and to bring my husband all the way back from America to my hometown means so much to me. Being a wee Derry Yank. So you'll catch my accent being half Derry, half American. So this is me today. This is what I have to offer. So as you know, my name's Cliona O'Hara, and I am now a coach for Bob Proctor. And for any of you that don't know who, oh my God, Seamus, how you doing? So Bob Proctor is very well known from The Secret, and he was the main star of that TV show and all the movie and also the book. And I'm gonna take you on a journey of how I ended up actually working for this man. And still till today, I still pinch myself and say, how did the wee Derry girl end up working for Bob Proctor, right? So let's go on a journey, starting off with, this is a wee funny story. So before I was born, I believe God came to me and said, Cliona, what do you want to do with yourself when you go to Earth? And I said, God, I want to teach people to become the best version of themselves. I want people to believe in themselves and don't cut themselves short anymore. And God said, boom, you're going to Derry, Northern Ireland, and to a dysfunctional family. And that's what happened. So, and I believe that happened for a reason. I believe that I was meant to have hardship. I was meant to have resilience because I needed to learn all these lessons and so I could become the woman I am today. So I ended up, that's a wee bit too high, move that down somebody. I ended up at the age of 18. So I lived in Derry and I decided when I was 18 I was going to go to America. This keeps skipping ahead. I was going to go to America and I was going to follow the American dream. And when I got there, that's not what happened. I actually ended up, I'll just start where I started. I actually ended up in a very abusive relationship. And I ended up almost losing my life. Okay? And I ended up waiting for a green card for over 12 years. Okay? It was not a walk in the park. I suffered greatly when I got there. And I wanted to give up. I wanted to come back home to Derry. But I said, I cannot go home because if you leave the country when you don't have your green card, you can't get back in. And I did not want to go home a failure. I wanted to stay in America and fight for the American dream that I had in my mind. And so I did. I stayed. I actually found a way to get my green card after 3 rejections from the immigration. The first rejection was they said they lost my application. The second rejection was they said there was a document missing. And by the 3rd application, I said, you know what, this went on for 12 years. I said, you know what, I'm going to take this into my own hands. I got lawyers, I got all these professionals, and I asked them to help me, and it didn't work. So I started to use my imagination. I started to use my intuition. These are all gifts that we all have. And I said, right, who's in charge of immigration in America? I went on the website and I started looking to see who's in the top of the food chain. And I looked, I studied him, and then I saw he was going to be in Portland, Oregon one day, after all these years. And I said, I'm going to fly there, and I'm going to meet him, and I'm going to tell him my story, because I didn't want to give up. And I had visualized meeting this man, and I did. And I actually went to Portland, Oregon. He was doing a tour of a new center there, and I met him, and I told him my story. And he called over a woman and said, get her green card. And within weeks, I got my green card. After any water, I'm nervous, so thank you. So, wait, I get a wee drink here, hold on. So anyways, I ended up getting my green card. So that was the beginning of the new life for me in America. I ended up leaving the very abusive relationship, and I'm going to go on now and tell you my story. So in 2007, that's when I decided that there had to be more to life than what I was experiencing in America. I just had this gut feeling that I deserved more. And I decided I'm going to burn my victim flag, because I was walking through life with this flag that I was a victim. I couldn't get a green card, I had an abusive relationship, I came from a broken family, dysfunction, poverty, and you know what? I decided I'm not a victim anymore. I am responsible for my life, my choices, and my future. So I took out the big flag and I burned it. And I got rid of that victim flag, and from that day on, I changed. I took responsibility for my actions. So then in 2007, for some reason it keeps skipping forward, in 2007 I decided I was going to study everything to do with personal development. I got the book, The Secret. I actually came upon it in a bar, or after a bar, it was in a restaurant, and I got the book and I became obsessed with personal development. And I started studying the law of attraction, human behavior. Why do we do the things we do? Why do we make the choices we make? Why did I stay in an abusive relationship? Why would I ever do something so silly, right? And I started to understand how the mind works. This is the house that I came from here in Derry. I came from poverty. So, thank you. I lived there with my granny, my sisters, and we all slept in one bedroom. And we had a wee smelly dog called Lucky. And this is where I grew up. And I am so glad I grew up there, because this is where I was meant to come from. And being in poverty, I always had a goal, I'm going to have money one day. And I was very young and I made a decision, I'm going to have a lot of money, because I don't want to be poor again. I don't want my children to be poor. I don't want them to have choices. So that was in my mind when I went to America, right? So this was my home. And after I started working on myself, I started studying the law of attraction. I started studying personal development. Fast forward, this is the home I'm in today. And I'm not showing you that to show off or impress you. I'm showing you that because I want to impress upon you what you can do when you change your mind, when you become resilient, and you put away that victim flag of your past and your childhood and everybody that did anything to you. You have a choice to let go of the past, like I did. And so I manifested my dream home, and I manifested this lovely, gorgeous man right here, Frank. And let me tell you, he is exactly what I dreamed of, to a T. That man is everything I dreamed of. He was a captain in the Navy, he's a doctor, but apart from the titles, he's the man of my dreams. to bring them down to see the wee bungalow in person. If we smelly luckies there too. So this is my life. This is what's happened for me. And you know, I lived this luxury life that I could only have dreamed of. I mean, I didn't even have a bicycle, now I'm on private planes. I mean, it's just amazing how life can change. And so that's my wee son Gabriel, isn't he a wee dote? I have beautiful children, I have a beautiful home, I have a beautiful husband, I have beautiful friends, clients. I'm so blessed, and I do not take any of it for granted. I am so, so grateful for my life and how it's transformed. So I want to talk to you of how did I do this, okay? And how you can do this as well. We are all created equal. There's nobody better than anybody else in this room, okay? So it all starts with the thinking. So this is the past, the old way of thinking. Our thoughts create feelings, our feelings create actions, our actions create results. The old negative thoughts will produce negative feelings, therefore create negative actions and negative results. It all starts with your thoughts. If you change to the new model, you will have new positive outcomes. How? Positive thoughts, positive feelings, positive actions, and positive results. This is how I did it after reading The Secret and studying all the books. And it works. It absolutely works. So we have two parts of the mind. We have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the body. When we worry and doubt, we push those thoughts into our subconscious. If we attach to those, we are actually pressing fear into our subconscious, which actually creates anxiety. Anxiety suppressed is depression. Depression turns to disease and disintegration. Pay attention to the left negative side of thinking, okay? This is a negative mindset. A positive mindset is one of study, knowledge, and understanding. I study every day. It's my medicine. I have to study every day. If I don't study every day, I'm going back to the old. I'm going back to the negative way of life. I study, I understand. This moves down to our subconscious and turns to faith. Faith. Faith impressed in the subconscious comes out of the body in well-being, ease, expression, and creation. We are creative beings. We are meant to be creating. We are not meant to be in anxiety or depression or living a negative life. So, let's see, how many minutes am I? 5 more. Okay, so most important, the first step for me was to make a decision. I'm sorry I'm bouncing all over here. The first step is to make a decision. You need to make a decision that you want to change your life. You need to make a decision that you want more for yourself, that you want better for yourself. And you know what? You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. Make a decision today that you're going to commit to being the best version of yourself. These are some of the tools that I use on a daily basis to become a good version of myself. You must burn the victim flag. If you still have it, get it out and burn it tonight. You must have an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful. You're sitting in this room right now, that we're in a warm, beautiful room. We have food, we have water, we have health. Be grateful for everything you have. Seek and ye shall find the good in everything. Everything. Accept everything in your life. It is what it is. Remember this. It is what it is. If you're ever worried, it is what it is. Accept it. And forgiveness. Forgiveness is so powerful. Forgive the person that hurt you. Not for them, for yourself. We have to forgive in order to move forward. OPO, that's one of my favorites. Other people's opinions, throw them out. Forget about it. You are the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Who do you hang out with? Who do you spend time with? Are they fulfilling you? Are they lifting you up? Or are they tearing you down? Or are they planting those negative seeds into your mind? Because if they are, you need to reconsider who you surround yourself with. And all that information is going into your mind. Remember that. Discipline. You must have discipline. You can't say you want a great life and you want to change your ways. If you have no discipline, you're not getting up early in the morning, you don't have good habits. You have to replace your old habits with good, positive habits. I used to love lying, and trust me, I used to love it. Peggy, my granny, used to say, I'll let her sleep. And I did. I love sleeping. But now I have to get up. I have to wake up, because if I want my life to change, I have to have good habits. Set your C-type goals. Set goals that scare the life out of you. You have no idea how you're going to get them. Right, Fiona? They have to scare you. If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. We are meant to grow. Humans are made to grow. It's not about getting the goal, it's about the growth that happens on the journey. That's why you set goals that scare the life out of you. Habits, we talked about habits. So I'm gonna wrap up here with really asking each one of you to connect. Every answer to your question you have comes from within. And I want you to really, really connect to what it is that you want. Close your eyes. I want you to connect to who you are. What is it that you really, really want for your life? Who do you have to become to get what you want? How do you have to walk, talk, and be? You can open your eyes. Because if you're not sitting as that man or woman today, I want you to sit up straight. Sit up straight. And I want you to become that man. I want you to become that man that you see in your mind that you want to be. And I want you to walk from this day forward like that man or that woman. And don't you dare settle for less.
Thank you so much, Cliona.